this is the update for my third week in school. I have already had one test and lecture. I've had one check off in lab. We start clinical next weekend. At my school, there are 4 days for fundamentals to be having clinical, and that's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I got put on a Sunday, which for me is actually really good because I work Monday through Friday, so I'm still able to work, and it doesn't affect the hours that I would get. So that's really, really good for me. But that will start this coming Sunday. We'll have our orientation and our first day at the hospital. As far as my first fundamentals lecture test, we were tested on the introduction to nursing, communication, therapeutic communication, and the legal aspect of nursing. So legal, ethics, all the values, morals, that part. My school is set up for fundamentals. We have 7 exams in the semester. So every other week we're having tests. And I believe it's about 3 chapters on each test, except for health assessments is just 1, and that's it. Everything else is about 2 or 3 chapters. I think sometimes 4 topics on each test. And so I was very stressed out because I have no idea how this information is going to be presented. It's nursing school, so it's not knowledge-based. It is all critical thinking and all application. I had literally no idea how the test was going to be. I was very stressed out. I was very unsure. I studied for a long time. I did study groups. I did study guides. I did questions. And I think that's what works best for me. So I did get a B on my test, which is really good for me. I was 1 point away from my A, which, it sucks, but it was good for my first test. There's always room for improvement, and I have an idea of how the frame for the tests are going to be, so I can just improve from there, figure out what works for me, and keep doing it and keep improving. So I was very happy about my test. Like I said, we have one every other week. So my next test is coming up this week. I'm a little bit stressed because it's more content. This test coming up is going to be on vital signs, safety, mobility, and sensory perception. That's all considered one section. And also critical thinking, which critical thinking in itself is kind of hard to test on because nursing is critical thinking. You can literally put any question and that will be considered a critical thinking question. So that portion I'm a little unnerved about, but I do believe that I test pretty well, and as long as I don't try to rationalize the question and just take it for what it is, I should be fine. So I'm still studying. I'm still looking at my study guides. I have one more study group to go to on Tuesday, but I am excited for that test. I will follow up with you guys after that. As far as my lab checkoff, we had to learn how to do the vital signs and the whole spiel that goes along with vital signs. So hand washing technique and introducing yourself to the patient as a student nurse. You have to, abide by safety protocol, guardrails, checking the bed. But specifically for this checkoff, it was only vital signs. So we had to do temperature orally, radial pulse, then respirations, apical pulse, blood pressure, and we had to do this all within 20 minutes with our instructor right there, and they would listen with us, and they would get their readings, and we would get our readings, and our readings had to be within at least 2 or 4 plus or minus, so we couldn't be too far out of range, or else we would not pass that skill. And I I was so stressed out because I wouldn't I don't like being watched. I don't know. That's one of my number one like immediate stressors is someone like watching me, analyzing me, and that's all that skills lab is. So I'm probably gonna be stressed out before everyone. So I didn't want to practice my skills right before doing the checkoff because that stressed me out more. Like what if I wasn't getting it right? I came in early and I de-stressed. I walked around. I spoke with some people that had just done theirs to get an idea of what to expect, and I just prayed and went ahead and did it, and I passed. So that was exciting. My instructor said that I did really well. I got perfectly exactly what she got. So I was very happy about that. I had no reason to stress out, which everyone tells me, you know, you'll be fine, but everyone knows that you always have that doubt of what if I'm not fine. Um, but I think from now on, I'm just going to choose to believe that I prepared as best as I could, and I will perform as best as I can. So um, I'm not trying to stress anymore. It's so annoying. I hate being stressed out. I rarely get stressed out. Um, and so I don't want to continue doing that in nursing school because it just throws me off. Questioning yourself, it's just unnecessary. So as much as I can not stress out, I don't want to stress out. Um, the next thing that we will be learning are subcutaneous injections and oral medications. So that'll be the next checkoff, which I believe is in 2 weeks. And we'll start learning next week. So it's been doable so far. The content is manageable right now. I think it's more so just about getting used to the schedule and the flow of being in nursing school. And maybe once clinical is added on, it'll get more stressful, I'm sure, because we have to be prepared to perform properly with real people. I'm really excited about the facility I was placed in. Every time I tell someone that I'm going to be at this hospital, like, oh my gosh, you're going to learn so much. And that's really what I want. I wouldn't even mind working for this hospital after school is over. Of course, it's in 2 years, so we'll see what actually happens or where I really want to be. But I'm excited, like so incredibly excited, and I just want to learn more and absorb more, and I just want to get my hands in and go for it. So I'm just really excited. I think that's going to be the word for me for the rest of the semester. I'm excited. I'm tired. I'm tired. It's hard working and going to school because you really have to organize your time, but that doesn't take away from the level of excitement I have for being in school. So of course we have dosage calculation quizzes that we have to do, but we also have some online thing that's not even for a grade, but we still have to complete them um, by certain dates, which is dumb. Or might as well make it for a grade. But that's that's what they want to do. Whatever. I am very confident about dosage calculations, so I'm probably just gonna go ahead and get those done. And I do dimensional analysis for everything. Um, if anyone wants a video about dosage calculations and dimensional analysis, I can do that. I'm trying to get the hang of NCLEX style questions. Select all that apply and the best answer. Those are really hard for me because I can really rationalize anything. So I have to get out of that mindset of what if this or is it this, and just go straight forward with what the question is saying and keep practicing the questions. I want to be prepared for the NCLEX as much as possible. So I'm starting now. That's all. I need to pass. I want to get my board certification and go to work. So I'll have more updates in the next week or two. All right.